The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances.
Are we live? What's good, great people? I am Ezel Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. Tonight on the Frank Conversation, we welcome back someone whose work lives at the intersection of image, influence, healing, and purpose. She's a public relations strategist, founder of Storm PR Agency, and the visionary behind Girls Can, an organization creating safe spaces for young girls, navigating trauma, identity, and self-worth. The first time she joined us, man, we explored a lot, especially in regards to her public relations and brand power. Tonight, we go deeper into the woman behind the strategy, the healing behind the mission, and the philosophy behind public perception. Welcome back, Jovana Jenkins. Hey. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Hi.
It's a blessing. Hi.
Hi. We're finally live.
We're finally live, man. We are live.
People
We are
only
live.
knew what was going on behind the scenes, right?
Listen, man, it takes a lot to bring things to the forefront, but it is a blessing to be able to sit with you. And I even through it all, I'm grateful.
Praise God. We made it.
Look, this don't go down in history, all right? This don't go down in history.
Listen, if they only know what was happening on the other side of both screens while they were waiting for us to have a frank conversation.
I'm telling you, like, one day we'll do a BTS.
I was coughing up my lungs. You were having, we're just gonna keep it real with the people. You was having some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah, I almost threw my laptop against the wall, literally just about 2 seconds ago. But you know what? It's all right.
We here. I'll ride with you. So
look, I'm grateful. Look, thank you for real. I appreciate it. Man, the last time you were here, we talked about PR and perception.
Oh my God, let's even think about the last time that I was here. Was it during the pandemic?
Yes.
I shared the clip. I was going through my reels and I sent you that actual conversation.
Yep.
So that's we're at the 5-year anniversary.
We very much so.
That's crazy.
That is wild. That's wild. It is wild. And since then you have literally I feel and I gotta say, I'm gonna just keep on saying thank you throughout this.
Yeah, but let's slow down because we got some people here who don't know how we know each other, so we need to, give them a little backstory before we jump right into this frank conversation. Since we kept them waiting, you know what I'm saying? So
facts. I was gonna say that. Dog, I was gonna say over time, you've literally, blessed me with people that have come and sat down with me. I've my bad. I'm trying to figure. I've been able to come. I came out there literally to New York, linked up with you. Dog, it's it's been some years. I don't know if your birthday party.
Well, it really started because we both are members of Divine Line organizations. You try to skip past that story, but don't skip past that story.
No. Oh no. I was going to show the love for the Zetas, for the great Zetas. What I'm saying? I was gonna
My
enunciate the
coworkers in the
T.
room too.
I was gonna enunciate the T at, you know what I'm saying,
Please,
and
thank
in a
you.
little bit, I just had to, you know, I wanted to give them
Absolutely.
the business, you know what I'm
The
saying? But
base.
yeah,
You're going to give them the baseline
the
first.
base, you know what I'm saying? But then
Okay.
I gotta make sure that I enunciate, you know, like this is an amazing finer woman of
Uh-huh.
Zeta Phi
Uh-huh.
Beta
Right.
Sorority Incorporated.
Stretch that
And
ing. The incorporated.
Incorporated. And you know, I've been honored to be able to, you know, even sit down with her and you know, to be
Yeah.
looked upon favorably by such
I
an
mean,
you know,
if a Zeta lady, got you, then you can't go wrong. So
you can't go wrong. You can't,
just
not in this
saying.
lifetime. Not in this lifetime, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's been amazing to see your growth since, we first connected and you first started doing Frank Conversations live on Instagram. I've been seeing the evolution of you. And so I want to give you your props and big you up right now to keep going. You already know I'm in your corner. So, but very
Man,
proud of you and everything. So keep going.
man, I appreciate that. So way more than these words can even convey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You really did. And you put action behind it. You literally sent me people that I've been able to be like, wow, I actually was able to interview them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's I don't know how else to say this besides the fact that, like, you know, when I'm on Good Morning America, I'm gonna definitely be shouting you out, you know, because I
I'm going
mean,
to just call you directly. Like, I need to book my clients to come on. We not
oh
doing
yeah,
the pitching process and anything. I'm going straight to the top dog. I'm like, well, let me speak to Ezel.
oh
That's
yeah,
it.
absolutely. You going and the thing is, right? You have my direct number, and you have my business number, so you have both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Oh
So
wow.
either way it goes, you know, I cut a phone call off just to make even
I'm
today.
there.
Like
You
I
did.
think it
You
was like.
did.
For you, oh yeah, I stepped away from everything else that I was, and it was like, yo, yeah, what's going on? You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
for you, always, always.
Absolutely. That's how we do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, I had, you know, I got questions for you, and
I'm
you know,
here.
these questions are going to be because I told you I'm trying to get in my Oprah bag. I'm trying to get it to where people look at me and say, yeah, you know what, we got to go sit with him.
Maybe your Montel.
Montel,
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that. I got it. I do got it. You know, I do. I like to keep a smile on my face.
Okay.
Um, I want to understand something about, you know, about the world that you're in, right? And I mentioned this inside on the page, but you know, when it comes to publicists, you
Mm-hmm.
guys control the narrative or simply guide the truth the public chooses to believe.
Uh the latter for sure. We don't control the narrative. The job is to try to do that, get ahead of perception, but absolutely it's putting out the message, maintaining the image with the audience and the talent or the brand, whatever it may be. But we don't control it because once it gets in the hands of media, media do a lot of things for clickbait, likes,
Yeah.
views, etc. So we tell the story for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, I was going through, you know, I go through your interviews, and congratulations on the award, by the way.
Thank you.
Um, you said that PR today is no longer just media placement, it's perception management. And I, you know, and in lieu of what you just said, you know, do you think people underestimate how much of their life is already public relations, even when they're not in business?
Say that again.
My bad.
I'm still gaming. I'm reading the comments. I'm trying not to read the comments too.
No, I feel you. I'm with to go. I'm trying to look. That's why I sit this far back. You know I'm blind. I'll be right here with it, looking at
I
everything.
know.
So
Please. I definitely would have thought by now we would have got some, some bifocals or something, contacts, something,
I
something.
I got my
Bruce
contacts
Wayne.
in, y'all, but this acute myopia is still whooping my ass. I'm
Uh,
behind. But do you think people underestimate how much of their life is already public relations, even when they're not in business?
I definitely think digital footprint is real. So whatever you put online, especially in this age of social media, like people love to dig in the archives for receipts. Let's just say you said something crazy, right now as you're on the way up, and then once you hit that mark, and God forbid you have some kind of situation that would lead people to go back and look for receipts on you. So I think a lot of times we don't pay attention to the content or the conversations that we engage ourselves in online and social media. Perception versus reality is, some people feel like if they're not a public figure or in the public eye, what they say and put out on social media doesn't matter, but that's not true.
Man, I was going through some other things that you said prior to, and
You
you
gotta
haven't.
remind me now. You talking about 5 years ago? I remember some things, but
No, this ain't this
a
ain't.
lot has
And look,
changed since then.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, I want to because I want to hit a bunch of different topics, but I want to make sure that when I was doing my research, because I'm gonna do the research. I I didn't just stick to like
Good.
I have to. Um, I didn't just stick to like our interview, right? I went to other ones that you did on different platforms because you're you, and
I
there
am
was
just Dovey. You know, people like to hear what I have to say sometimes. Sometimes they don't. I
well,
just speak my truth. That's all.
and one of the truths that you spoke, you said that the motherhood wound is something that has allowed me to pour into this movement. I wonder, now especially, right? How
Mm-hmm.
do you transform something painful into something useful for others?
It's just knowing in my soul that that life that I was given, and I'm choosing not to acknowledge too much of that wound anymore because I feel like I've told that story so many times.
Right.
It is what it is. It shaped me, to who I was, who I am, and who I'm becoming. And so just with a lot of soul searching, I know that that's part of my makeup for God. Is like that's how I tell the story of him, is how I reach back and inspire people from that life that I had to live.
Right.
And so it took a lot though to get to like the space of making peace with it, because I would find sometimes so many conversations would always, like relate back to that. And I had to
Yeah.
get to a space where I was like, all right, I don't want to tell this story no more. So that's why when I launched my podcast, I opened it up with that conversation with a very good friend of mine who's been my life coach and intuitive for years. And I kind of, like some people who are close to me, they obviously either have experienced that part of my life from being around me, maybe from like elementary school, middle school, whatever part of my life they experienced that with me. And then God has brought certain people in my path that have similar circumstances. And so I've shared that part of me for encouragement with them. But then I realized that the more I continue to tell that story, the more I victimize myself. And like I actually survived that experience, and it made me a better person, a stronger person, a willful person. So I was like, when I start this podcast, I'm just going to tell the story, and that's going to be it. And then I just allow that to move me to through life with like pouring into people who I see myself in, whether I see little Jovana, whether I see teenage Jovana, or like first time mom Jovana, or even Jovana now. Like I just use those different phases of my life to inspire.
Man, using different parts of your life to inspire people is something that not everybody can do. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
don't a lot, especially when they adopt the mindset that and mind you, I'm someone that has had to come out of this thought process that um my story isn't worth telling because it's either, oh, it's not as bad as someone else's, or
Mm-hmm.
it's not as good as someone else's. you
Mm-hmm.
know how do you tell somebody, how do you get someone to reconcile with themselves that, hey, look, that there's value in their story?
Uh, um, I think I spoke about that when I sat on the bench with Preston Rack. He has a platform that follows, like, he just travels everywhere and talks to people about love and how it relates to whether platonic or romantic, or just how they present themselves in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I spoke about is people present well with a mask, right? Because a lot of people are ashamed of the things that they've experienced.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, half of the things that we've gone through, half are our fault, half are not our fault. The majority of the half is things that are passed down through patterns from family and traditions or whatever that were never ours to own in the first place. And so a lot of people feel ashamed for the things they've been through, and they hide that. They don't want to talk about it. I'm a very transparent person. I'm the kind of person that I feel like if it's anything that I tell you, I'm never ashamed that you're going to come back and throw it in my face. And if it's anything that I am ashamed of, I'm going to take it with me to the grave. So, like I said earlier, I realized that all of the experiences that I had in life were never mine to keep to myself. Because if I could tell somebody, like, I've been homeless, or I've been a victim of domestic violence, or whatever it is that I experienced, but like, look at me, right? Like, I don't walk around like, woe is me. I still believe in myself. I fight for myself. And I allow all of those things to fuel me to just be the best example that I could be. I think in the last conversation we had, I spoke about that, right? Like, I have 2 daughters. They've seen every version of me. And so if I'm trying to tell them how to present themselves in the world and be the best person and never give up on themselves, but I'm over here in the corner crying over spilled milk and acting like I can't change the things that happen to me to make them work for me, then I'm a fraud.
You know, I don't know if I don't think we touched on this, but you know, who taught you how to sit with the parts of yourself that no one applauds?
Experience for sure. I mean, I won't sit here and say that I don't have like a tribe around me. I definitely do have a tribe. And I often say too, like, I feel for me specifically, God placed a lot of friends around me as a way of apologizing for the family dynamic that I didn't have. So there are times that, my friends that know me to my core, they can tell when I'm, down on myself or whatever. They know what to say or do. But a lot of that is the work that I've done on myself. I isolate a lot. I'm a student of myself a lot. So, I know the things that I need to work on, and I'm always honest with myself about that. So I would like to take the credit for for that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? That's me and God's work, for real.
Mm. That I'm a student of myself is something that I have never heard anyone say in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Sincerely speaking. Have you ever met someone whose public image was so strong that, even they began believing the version that they created for everyone else?
Shit. I meet people that's not of stature that are very well at presenting themselves. I mean, I guess it's like, who's, fake it till you make it, or you are who you believe you are kind of mindset. But some of those people I've had the chance to get to know, and I know that their core is rotten. But you pray for them and you wish them well.
But how in I know that fake it till you make it is something that people tend to champion whenever especially as they
They're trying
rise
to
and
climb the ladder.
as they trying to climb the ladder. But
Mm-hmm.
how which goes further, being true to yourself or that or fake it till you
Cost of
make it.
peace. I'm gonna always say be true to yourself, because sometimes sacrificing self for what you think is on the other side, like they say, thinking the grass is greener on the other side, comes with consequences sometimes, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I think you'll always get what's intended for you when you are authentic to yourself. or was meant for you, not intended, because we're all meant for a greater good of something. And if you remain true to yourself, that's the only way your blessings are going to find you. Blessings can't find you when you out here pretending to be somebody else.
I want to, in that vein, I do want to jump to something real fast. Yeah. How do you tell the difference between real strength and emotional exhaustion wearing like a polished face?
As it relates to me?
No.
Or like observation?
Observation, yourself, clients that you work with, you know.
I don't get in my clients' personal lives. Like, honestly,
Facts.
I don't care. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I've maintained that that level of boundaries with them. I'm not the publicist that's doing damage control because you got a wife, a girlfriend, and whatever, or whatever it is. I'm not that person. And I've never been the publicist. There are some that are mixy and they like to be in the mix of everything, but no. How do I know? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
For sure.
I might have to come back to that one.
Well, most definitely. I'll definitely take that. With that in mind, speaking of coming back, we actually do have a commercial break. So
all right, let's give it up for our sponsors.
Commercial.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Join DJ Ron G and the WSAN crew every day for the Ron G Morning Show, Funk Friday, and Gospel Brunch Sunday. From local heroes to national guests, WSAN Radio connects you to the pulse of our community. One song, one story, one soul at a time. WSAN Radio, where music, motivation, and movement come together. Streaming live, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and WSANradio.com.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
Welcome back. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. This is a fun conversation.
I have the answer.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing. Come on with it.
That looks like people pleasing.
Hold on.
Coming from a former people pleaser. The desire to want to put everybody before yourself, to want to help everyone first, prioritize yourself last. Like even the desire to, like, if someone texts, if someone texts me, I felt the need to respond right away. I felt the need to over explain myself. I felt the need to justify if I wanted to say no, like giving a reason behind why I said no. And once I realized that, therapy helped me with that too, by the way, and reading some self-help books. But I realized that I think the word is hyper functioning. And I was like, yeah, this looks like a no for me moving forward. Like once I identified what that pattern was and those habits, I was like, and let me say, I have been strict with my boundaries all along, but I realized like I was leaving room still for people to abuse my kindness. And once that I realized that, I was like, oh yeah, nah. Mm-mm.
I have, something that I kind of, just being honest with you, something that I kind of struggle with is like, especially at this stage, is the desire to be understood. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
is that whether or not that's tied to people pleasing? You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I think that because of the fact that I'm so passionate about what it is that I want, and I know for a fact that it's a lot of fugazi, fake, phony, whatever it is that's out there, that it's like, hey, yo, like, no, like you guys, like I really, really want this to be understood and known for this. It's
Right.
like, okay, and as the audience builds and as people start to watch and get to know the version of me that they know that I present to them, I
Uh-huh.
wonder, am I still, because I moved away from people pleasing, right? As a form of people pleasing myself, right?
You want to
So
say
I'm
my
wondering,
damn self. You want to
as
say my damn self.
my damn self, sincerely. So my thing is, right? Am I still exhibiting traits from that? You know what I mean? Like, am I still doing that because of the fact that like like part of me does want, like, hey, if you're gonna be a part of this audience, I do want you to understand that, hey, over here it's a family. I want y'all, we're gonna donate to these charities and nonprofits. We're gonna care about these guests. We're gonna learn
Mm-hmm.
from their life stories, and we're gonna definitely utilize those lessons in our lives. You know what I
Right.
mean? But is that costing me the lessons that I had to learn through therapy about being a people pleaser?
Yeah, I would say so.
Damn. Damn.
I would say so. I'm gonna give you a joke. Marquand is listening, and he said, "Is that Shannon Sharp's nephew?"
Say, bro.
Oh man.
Man, look, bro.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I feel like it's because of the Kango and the shoulders. I'm
The
not gonna lie to you.
muscles for
It's
sure.
gotta be the
Yeah.
Kango and the muscles.
Yeah.
Um, Let me ask you this: has ambition because you're you, and when I say you're you, I'm like, how people are like, she's her.
Right.
That's to me, that's you. Has
I
ambition.
appreciate that. I don't look at myself like that. And my oldest daughter always tells me, she like, girl, like you are her. Like, stop playing with yourself. I just look at it as me being somebody who, yes, ambitious. I set my mind to something, a career that I wanted, and I bust my ass by grinding for it. But I don't allow like the people I'm attached to or the work that I've done or the friends that I've made with, some notable people, that doesn't define me. So I don't walk around with an air or any arrogance to me. I just, you know, it's like,
Humility with dignity. Yeah.
yeah, because I don't get attached to anything that I've accomplished because it can be stripped away. So, that's where everything, like, I love my sorority, but I don't walk around like that makes or breaks me being in the entertainment industry. I don't lead with that. I just lead with genuineness and kindness. All the things. So
I wonder, my wow, you like I'm now I have a whole nother thing that popped into my head. I've always, because when you said kindness,
you see
one
my
of my
daughter talking about some period, don't let her forget.
I promise you, I won't. I promise you I won't. You gonna keep hearing it throughout this. But I do, I'm in this day and age, right? Because you're someone that believes in kindness, and I've always said this, right? Kindness, empathy, and understanding are the three things that are missing from today. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I wonder, especially, you being in New York, where I've realized, right, people out there, right, the stigmas that, oh, everybody out there is mean. That's not true. I just think that there's just a way in which they show kindness that's just is just unique all on
Mm-hmm.
your in that area. So
Yeah.
I wonder, for the rest of the for those who don't believe in that, right? Because there's a difference between being kind and being nice. And I
Yeah.
believe I believe that kindness is what, is the part that's
It's the
missing.
core.
It's the
Yeah.
core,
Yeah.
Um, but how do we increase that in a world where that kind of like is moving away from it?
People have to be responsible, for themselves, honestly. Um, Unfortunately, the way of the world has always been people are self-serving, right? People always, dog eat dog, look out for themselves. So there's always going to be a imbalance there where there are kind people that exude genuine care for other people. They genuinely want to see people do well. They want to help people. And then there's other people that attach to you just because they are nice enough to get what they need from you. So I really couldn't tell you about that. Like I've curated um my little bubble, and my bubble of people, whoever's in my space is intentional. Like I don't play that. If you in my space, you intentional. Like I have friends that are lifelong friends. Like I still have my same best friends from the second grade. That's 40 years of friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't attach myself to people who demonstrate that they are ill-willed or they have nasty patterns. And I've experienced a few things, on this, working in the industry and stuff like that. And then separately in life, I don't know if we'll get back to that space, honestly. Sad, but true.
I mean, the truth ain't got nothing else to do but be sad nowadays,
And,
honestly.
and if don't even get me started on the free world leader, you know what I'm saying? Like he gives people the courage to come out of hiding. So
Yeah, I believe
we just
that
gotta stay
now.
prayed up.
Yeah, because I'm telling y'all, evil is running rampant out here, and
Hmm.
it's only so much that we can do, and
Yeah.
like you said, we
You
gotta
just
stay
continue
prayed.
to be who you are. As long as that is who you are, then the universe will provide you with people who are like you.
Yeah, but big sis, I'm scared of the fact that like dog, like it seems like people who have the same thought process in the heart that I've got are basically made to be stepped on, so that
Hmm.
the others, those who are like more self-serving, will in fact just climb higher and higher. You know what I mean?
You
And
just have to use discernment.
mhm,
Takes practice. I feel like that's a conversation we could have offline, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What part of success do you think people admire publicly that they would struggle to survive privately?
Fame. Simply put,
Yeah,
fame.
yeah. the
Hmm.
more the more interviews I watch, the more I realize people are like, bro, I hate this.
It's people. Some people they literally just want to do what they love without all of the extraness that comes with it. But unfortunately, once you reach a certain status, you have to worry about people being in your business, people feeling like they have the right to comment on your life, how you live your life. Everybody feels like they deserve to know how you're living your life. And a lot of people are not built for that, unfortunately. Um, but that comes with the territory. So I think a lot of people would trade being able to maintain their privacy or level of being unknown, but still have the success.
Yeah, I've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I did want to ask you something that I've been thinking about for a while now. Do you think that people having a voice, right, has made people wiser or just louder?
In what regard?
Literally in regards to social
Social
media.
media?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't follow, popular blog pages and stuff like that because they're so toxic with people arguing in the comments about how other people live their lives, or they feel the right to invoke their opinion on people, how they live, like bad minded, or like they say, watching spirits. Sorry. My daughter is texting me and I'm literally like, girl, my youngest daughter, like I'm in the middle of an interview or a conversation rather. But yeah, I think social media has made people feel like they have rights to people that they don't know, and that if they had an opportunity to say half the shit that they talk in the comments, they know they wouldn't say it in their face.
Facts. Because a lot of people will be missing teeth.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people will be missing teeth, especially some of my comments. I'd like,
really,
man, what? Go look at the thing. Go look at the last thing that I went viral for. Go look at that. Go look in the comments. It's some good jokes. It's some good. Some of them got some good jokes. Some people are funny, but go look at it. You'll see. And just read through. I'm just like, that's a bit. So this finger right here, this one right here, this block finger, strong. I'd use this. What?
Yeah, as you should. That's called protecting your peace.
Ooh, you said the magic phrase too. I was gonna come back to this question. Which do you think costs more? Protecting your peace or protecting your name?
I want to say your name, because it could take one bad situation, a bad apple. If we talking about in the field that I'm in, the world is small, and people in the industry always say the industry is even smaller. So it just takes for one person to be a hater, for you to get blackballed, or people start to form a perception about you. I personally have never experienced that because I don't play about my name and who I attach myself to. So I and I feel like protecting your peace should be separate from whatever you do in your professional life, but your name is everything. That your name carries, supersedes you in the world. And so that's something you should always protect. Your reputation is everything.
But I feel like your reputation is everything when it comes to the world. What about your peace? You know what I mean?
Your world is what you create, though. Like the outside noise shouldn't matter. Your world is what you create. Your friends, your family, your job. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else, you can tune that out.
That's it. I mean, yeah, that's
takes practice though. It takes practice because some people live for validation. So let me say that.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Validation. That dopamine hit that you get whenever you get a like.
A hell of a drug.
And they what do you think? What do you think? What do you think is gonna look like in 10 years?
I mean, AI is here. I'll just leave it there. Yeah.
It's over for humans. Done.
I mean, the robot can't do everything that we can, but it's scary to think, for sure.
Talk to me about your legacy. What do you want to outlast you?
I don't know if I want anything to outlast me. I just want my daughters to be better than me and be remembered as being a good person. That's it.
Oh.
These accolades, they not going to bury me with that. It's not going to matter. It's not going to all fit on my tombstone. You know what I'm saying? So when people are thinking about me and I come up in conversation, I hope that it brings a smile to their face.
It always will. It's always gonna bring a smile to my face.
I hope so.
I'm serious. I'm always gonna be like, look, bro. And I'm just going to just I'm just gonna put it out there. I hope I'm invited to whatever the next birthday thing that you have got going on.
2 years when I turn 50. Yep. In 2 years. That's the next milestone birthday.
Well, I tell folks this all the time. Black don't crack unless you smoke it, and you just like it ain't no way. It ain't no way.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think not even just based on like me not looking the age, but I'm just like, damn, like where did the time go? But yeah.
Can you imagine all the things that you survived? And I'm like, not just talking about like not just personally. I'm just talking about like worldwide catastrophes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to get into the goal of the show. The reason why I do this, which is philanthropy. Garnering support from the audience and putting it towards a charity or nonprofit that you care about. What charity or nonprofit would you like to spotlight today? And why is the cause that it faces so important to you?
Let's see. I don't know if she is here. I think you got booted out.
Oh no, you good. We full screen you when you talk about it.
Oh, you should have let me know you was going to zoom in on me. I didn't tell her to join, but my other soror, Marsha, she has a STEM program for girls in high school. Her sweet spot. And she would be somebody good you should speak to as well.
Okay.
What do you need me to send you for her? Her Instagram?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Her sweet spot.
Cool. And it's sweet like office. Not sweet because we're so sweet. See what I did there?
Bet, I got you. So hopefully those who are underneath the sound of our voices.
I don't think it's .com. I think it's .org. Because it's not for profit. I'll send it to you though, just to confirm.
Got it. Yeah, all right. So hopefully those who are underneath the sound of our voices, they will in fact donate their time, energy, and effort to her sweet spot. And let's see. I just want to say I appreciate you sincerely for sitting down with me. We got tradition. Before we close out, what words of wisdom would you have for any young lady that is currently seeking to join the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated?
Discretion is key.
Woo! Talk to
them. Go where you feel your values are going to be fulfilled. I don't like to tell people, like, I don't want to advocate or speak on behalf, but Zeta is the finest way to go. That's what I want to say. But do your research, use discretion, and hopefully we will welcome you on the other side.
Thank you so much for sitting with me this evening. He's gonna bring you down, and I'm gonna wrap the show up, and I will definitely see you after the show.
All righty.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Appreciate. Thank you all so much for tuning in this evening to a frank conversation. You guys tune in next Wednesday, where we will be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah, man, any gems that you could pull from this, please, drop it in the comments below and share this out with anybody that you know, especially if they are in that New York area, because I'm telling y'all, you know what? I'm really happy to be doing this, and to be very, very transparent with you all, Jovana is one of the people that has inspired me to continue to keep going. So yeah, she's someone that I have learned from, that has in fact impacted my trajectory by sending me some amazing people to sit down with. And even just now, she even just offered me someone on camera. So you guys, she's amazing. And that's all there is to it. She is one of the finest Zetas that I know and have had the honor and pleasure of knowing. So show her some love whenever you see her, and make sure you guys donate to her sweet spot. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Peace.